Hello, Brandon. This will be some final video feedback for you on the web banner. We have 2 weeks left, and so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Brandon, this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I see as submitted for the web banner in the discussion board. Let's make sure. And onward still needs doing. Okay, so were you able to get it to animate? Does not look like it. All right, so I'm going to take a look at your Photoshop file next. Okay, so this is a complete submission, it looks like, and PDF of the web ad. Oh, good. So you're documenting your process. This is great. These are the screenshots. Actually, this looks like your final reflection almost, with the embedded screenshots, captions. This is really extensive. It gives me a very thorough idea of your process and your technical hurdles. Now, what I'm not seeing, of course, is the timeline editor. Am I missing something? I'm seeing layers. All right, so I'm looking forward to seeing it in Photoshop. So here it is in Photoshop. And it's asking me to keep layers, which I will do. Okay, update, text layers. Now those vectors are probably the logo, but it seems like you've been able to embed them successfully. All right, so what I'm not seeing is the animation. It's fairly easy to do. So we've got the right dialog box open. It's create an animation, and you get automatically the timeline editor. So I'm going to add a few more frames, and then in some of these I'm going to turn things on or off. And luckily, for example, I'll just turn the text off in that one. And I'm going to make it half a second. And then this one, I guess everything will come back on text. So now to add transition frames, it's fairly easy. I'm going to add tweening in between the first and second frame. And then I'm going to make that duration maybe 0.2 of a second. Now this may not work. I'm doing it so quickly here, but so let's see what we get here. All right, so just briefly, did you see how the text fades in or out? Let me just move this away. Something to consider. I'm not a big fan of these large initial caps. I like the letter spacing, and it looks like Arial condensed slightly. I would just go ahead and set it in lowercase. Otherwise, you come up with this acronym ZMC, which wants to make sense, but I don't know. The other thing is this semi-transparent box with the rounded corners. I like these motifs, these semi-transparent bands and box, but think if you could get away without using them, to simplify. And then finally, is it really necessary to have phone number or URL? It's implicit that by clicking on the banner, you'll be sent to a website. Now, I like the Zen Japanese style room, and the isolation or meditation chamber looks very interesting. It's very abstract, the whole composition. I like the way that this frame, semi-transparent rounded edge frame, extends beyond the background image, and it gives it a nice sort of asymmetrical, interesting look, which is reflected in some of the lattice work of the windows and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. Think about cleaning up your typography, and I look forward to seeing how you apply this in your print ad.